Our correspondent Akshay Dongre is joining us from New Delhi. Akshay, we've given the salient features of Akash Next Generation, but help us understand how far, as it is ready to be inducted into the armed forces, how far will it give more mettle and more, it will be for use for our armed forces?
Well, Preeti, if you're looking at the weapon system that has been tested, Akash Next Generation, it is going to amplify and also supplement the Akash Tir system that has been in place for quite some time. That has been formed by integrated multiple range of air defense systems such as S-400, Akash systems, and all the other homegrown and imported aerial defense systems that we have, including man-pad launchers as well for very short range objectives. Then you have S-400 for long range objectives. But more than how it is going to supplement the Akash Tir, that is the overall air defense system that India has, that also showed its mettle during Operation Sindoor. We have to also realize that the enemy's weapon capabilities, attacking capabilities are also growing by each and every day. So you have to keep on growing, you have to keep on adding on to your system, keep on advancing it more. And at the same time, you have to ensure that, all the additions that are going to happen are indigenous in nature as well. So that remains priority for the government, and Akash Next Generation goes on to show that the advancement that we have made in aerial surface-to-air missile defense systems are not limited to what we have developed so far, and we have the capability to add on to the system, advanced it, further sharpen our weapon systems, further amplify as far as their radars are concerned, their propellant systems are concerned. So it has to be both an aerial defense system has to be both a short range, medium range, and long range. So if you look at the Akash Next Generation, this is medium range system, has a range of about 60 to 80 kilometers, has an amazing kill ratio, and the best thing about this system is that it's highly advanced and completely indigenous. That goes on to add more in its value, because not only we will be saving millions of our reserve dollars in terms of buying another system from abroad, but we can now also deploy these here and find our customers to add on to our weapon exports, defense system exports, to add on to our economy as well. So it's not just the defense system that gains from the induction of Akash Next Generation, but
Right.
also to the economy of the country as well.
All right, Akshay, yes, the thrust here is on indigenously built artillery and also in Operation Sindoor. This is what was the highlight of the operation, because we've seen Akash, surface-to-air missile, BrahMos cruise missiles, and drones like Nagastra were used. Where are we standing when we talk of self-reliance and Atmanirbharta in our defense systems? What is the road ahead? To what extent have we moved forward when we talk of realizing and achieving Atmanirbharta in the defense forces?
Well, if you look at the defense industry per se, and indigenization here, then it's a sector that requires decades of investment, and then only the results start to come
Yes.
in. So there are certain areas where India has lagged, a beat in terms of when we talk about the most highly sophisticated countries when in weapon defense systems, such as fighter jets. So we are while we are developing our AMCA, that is the fifth generation indigenous aircraft that we are making, but still we are somewhere lagging behind. But obviously we do realize that it's a long-term investment. It requires a lot of research and development. We started slightly late. Countries started about 50 to 60, 70 perhaps years ahead of us. So it is going to take some time to catch up. But the development in the missile system is quite commendable, because in such a short span of time, let's say in the last 10 years especially, when the focus has really been on self-reliance, we have grown from a country that used to be dependent on foreign exporters for these crucial systems, to now among the top in the world, because we have BrahMos, that is the world's fastest a cruise missile that there is, one of the most accurate. Then we have Akash Tir system that has showed its mettle in during Operation Sindoor, because all the Chinese and the Turkish and the Pakistani drones that were trying to infiltrate, none of them could do any kind of significant damage, despite them being in hundreds of numbers. That goes on to show our capability in air defense system, on par, if not better than some of the world's best, including the Iron Dome, that is perhaps Iron Dome and the Patriot systems of the US. There we have done commendable work. When we look at Nag missile, Akash missile, surface-to-air missiles, to air-to-air missiles, we are doing extremely well. In fact, now India is being looked at not only a country that is self-reliant in this technology, but perhaps one of the best, where countries are lining up to buy our missile systems. So in this particular arena, DRDO and other agencies have done commendable work, and we are among the top in the world. In fact, if you look at the top 3, India will be there as far along with the countries like US, China, and Russia.
All right, Akshay, we leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those updates.